Hey everyone, gonna be trying something pretty dumb today. An idea that came to me in a dream um, when I was thinking about how crappy the four color beans matchup feels now that St. Catherine's online. And I thought back to there's this one Reanimator player on the Portland Legacy Discord, and he was posting screenshot after screenshot of him basically soloing that entire matchup with a single Magus of the Moon. Um, and so I thought, why shouldn't I try that? Because I used to play a Naya Stoneblade deck way back in the day in Modern with Knights that had a Blood Moon sideboard juke, so it's doable. Like, obviously, this is an effect that we lose to a lot with Maverick, but I feel like if you can set up for it and you know it's coming and your opponent doesn't, it could go differently. Um, so then that kind of led me down the road into Naya Maverick, and I thought, what other spells are good in red right now? I don't think Punishing Fire is. I think uh, I don't think it's very well positioned for a couple reasons. First of all, it's only 2 damage, and there's a lot of threats you want to be killing with 3 toughness, like a flipped DRC, things like that. Then it's also 2 mana, and a lot of things you want to be killing on turn one, like in the Turbo Muxus matchup, for example. So we'll be trying out lightning bolts as some supplementary removal and also for some reach. I also went down the road of thinking like, well, a 2 mana investment that dies to Bowmaster is not great. So I basically cut everything that's 2 mana with 1 toughness from the deck. So no more Thalias, no more Scrib Ranger. Not psyched about that. The 2-drop slot is very light, very, very light. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm going to put these Once Upon a Times back there so I feel better about the curve. And then the only other thing that I thought might be worthwhile was maybe Minsc and Boo out of the sideboard. First of all, Maverick has at least the type of Maverick I like to play, kind of has a problem with closing out against other fair decks sometimes. The equipment helps, but Minsc and Boo is just like a huge bomb there. And then it's also a finisher against Beans that only requires 1 green to cast and then red, so potentially if we do slam a Magus with bad mana and maybe like only a basic forest, we can still cast this and just clock them. So we'll try it out. I literally just threw this together the other day. I have not played it at all. Sideboard's pretty standard. Some combo stuff. Never leave home without 2 Force of Vigors or a Surgical. We're playing 4 Endurance across the 75. Gaddock Teague, obviously. Love that card. And then I just put in a Carpet of Flowers to show a little bit of respect towards our tempo matchup and like beans and stuff. We're not always going to have a Magus of the Moon. Then of course 3 Magus of the Moon. That's why we're here. Yeah, the mana base I'm really not sure about. I put in 3 red duels, the 2 Taigas and the Plateau here. Just because I think with the Lightning Bolt we might be fetching like a Taiga on turn 1 and having that wasted early. And then it's kind of greedy because I also have 2 forests and a plane since I am trying to be a Magus of the Moon deck at times. So that comes at the cost of the Canopy land. I'm not playing a Canopy land. Everything else pretty standard. 8 fetches, 4 wastes, the usual suspects in terms of utility lands. And then 3 moms to try and protect the Magus if we do get it down. But yeah, that's the deck. We'll see how it goes. I have 0 expectations. I don't know how this is going to work. I think Magus of the Moon is kind of cheese, but we'll see. Moon Maverick, heart play points. If it works, I'll be psyched. Just say that. Choke is probably a safer option. Um, but like I said, I just wanted to try it, see if it works. I think there's not many other matchups we'd be citing the Magus in for. Maybe like lands. We lose our utility lands, but I think theirs are a bit better than ours for the most part. So that's fine. Like lands, I don't even know how they win if we get a Magus. All right, I'll take the play. And then also like maybe green-white depths. I don't know if that's worth it. They play a removal and stuff. We'll take the play. This hand is iffy if this once misses, but I'm going to keep. Hope it bails us out a little bit here. Your opponent keeps 7. Okay. I think in this case, Disguise Cradle, I'm not even going to count it as a land, so I am forced to take another land here. I don't know if I want to let the cat out of the bag on the red splash right away, but this Caracas is not looking super hot if I do get wastelanded, and I can get one later with the knight, so I guess I will take this Taiga, and we'll just accelerate. Okay, we have a basic island ponder. Could be anything. I do get high tide vibes from this island though. Not knowing what my opponent is on. I think I just will try and get this mom down. Get a Savannah here. If this is high tide, we are pretty screwed. Really have no way to interact with that deck in the main here. Okay, definitely not high tide. Gotta read this one. Whenever it attacks, exile target card from graveyard, then investigate. Wow, that's pretty good. We have a plow though. And that Caracas would have been nice. Interesting here. Kind of stuck on the white mana. I could plow. So I think my choices here are plow and play out a noble hierarch, or play out a knight and then try and untap with the Caracas. I don't think this Lazav is doing much right now. So I think I am going to go with that option. Can actually just do everything that I want to do here. Noble's free. Okay. They'd have to do a lot of work to get something in their graveyard and turn the Lazav into it. I hope I'm not shooting myself in the foot here by taking this turn to kind of build out my board. Hey, High Star, how's it going? Be interesting to see if they attack just to shrink my knight. That makes my blocks kind of awkward. Wasteland looking not very good here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna take one hit from this. And then I'm gonna lock it under Caracas. I don't understand. Is it a copy of this creature? You may. Its power and toughness hasn't changed. Whatever. I'm just gonna. I don't want to. Regardless, I was taking this, so we'll see if we take 12 or 2. Oh, it's whenever you crack a clue. I should read the card carefully. Yeah. All right, we're taking 12. This is how that works. I think I'm gonna get rid of the Dryad Arbor. Oh, that's pretty nice. Scavenging Ooze seems quite good here. We'll attack with the Dryad Arbor first. Not really sure what else they've got going on, so I probably will just go for the Scavenging Ooze. Is there anything else interesting I could go for? You could get a Sentinel, but if you get a Sentinel here for the value, maybe I will do a Sentinel. Because I have Caracas to cover off this Lazov, so it's like not the scariest thing in the world. Then I'm going to fetch, and then I will explore. Reveals Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I don't want to draw that. Okay. I'm just going to hold this Wasteland. They don't need to know about it right now. Curie Emergent Intelligence. Okay, let's let them take their turn. I should have gotten them pre-combat. Whoops. I'll have to look up that card later. I think I just screwed up. I did screw up. I needed to do that pre-combat. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. So I'll try shooting it first. I think what happens is hopefully they don't force this, but if they crack the clue, it's no longer a legendary permanent, so I really needed to bounce it in the begin combat phase. But I was trying to search that card on Scryfall. The fact that they are not just instantly forcing this thinks that I have a chance. If they do get to successfully turn it into the Dreadnought, we'll have to block with Sentinel and the Noble just to not die. Go to 1, I think. Okay. That happens. Can't let that happen again. They just have a Dreadnought. Okay, we are really in trouble here. Yeah, that mistake is going to cost me this entire game. That's so annoying. Okay. What can we do? I think we have to attack with the Sentinel to filter our draw because it needs to be some sort of removal. I probably want to put a GT on it too so we can gain some life. So I'll lead with that. Then we'll probably have to block with the Knight, and I wonder if we can get enough counters to actually trade. Okay. Get the counters. Then I will explore on the Knight. Reveal a wasteland, put that in hand. That's not the most useful thing in the world. Okay. So Knight, we can make a 7/7 with the GT. Then actually I think we can kill this thing. This be a really bad trade, but I think we can do it. I'm gonna have to like double wasteland myself. Okay, we can make it a 5/5 or a 7/7 with the counters. Waste myself is 2 lands in the graveyard is a 9/9, and then sack a land 10/10 to get a wasteland. Hit myself is a 12/12, so it's just a trade, which is horrible. And they have 5 cards in hand. What lands do I want to leave myself with? Probably this Caracas. Seems good. I think it's just going to be the Caracas that's left. Because we'll sacrifice the Taiga, get a Wasteland, waste the Cradle. Other Wasteland hits the Savannah. Yeah, so we'll have a Caracas and a Wasteland. Trying to think if there's any other way to do this where I don't lose the knight. I don't think so. If they stifle the knight activation, then it's just like completely dead. So maybe we'll try that first. I don't like that they're thinking. Okay, step 1, sacrifice the land. Okay, step 2, get a Wasteland. Next, I think I want to use these charge counters before I start wastelanding myself. This could be so bad if they have any sort of anything. I don't like how they're pausing and just letting me do all this. So this here is the moment of truth. If they stifle this wasteland on myself, I'm screwed. Unless I rip like a plow off the top. Okay, so far we have a trade. Dress down. Oh my god, okay. Well, like, loses trample. Can't kill it. The counters. So we'll just pass. Plow? No. Okay. Alright, so that little slip completely lost me the game. It's a huge bummer. So I guess I'll bring in a carpet. Collector Oof shuts off their clue, but it shuts off my equipment. Guess we'll just keep both of those. I wonder if Force of Vigor is here is just like a removal spell. These bolts are not great. So I'll just swap one. And then Mother of Rune's not looking too hot. I think I'll just run it like this. They weren't really going after my mana, so maybe I don't need the full 6. Which means I can bring back in this Lightning Bolt. Yeah, we'll try that. I kind of wonder if if these Minsks are good enough. 4 mana is a lot. This hand has no green mana. And has no removal. It has an Outland Liberator, but I can't cast it. This Caracas, though. like this hand very much. Alright, this hand's great. It has removal, it has stuff to do. We definitely want... Hold on, do this the other way. It doesn't have white mana, so I probably want to keep this one spawn at a time. So then do I want the green sun or the sentinel? I think I want the green sun. So I'll definitely get rid of the sentinel. They kept 7. I'm gonna once try and find a mana dork or something. None of those are mana dorks. Scavenging News is good, but I don't have white mana right now. So I can't even actually green sun right away, because I'm gonna have to get a mana dork next turn. So I'll take the Scavenging News and just play a forest. If I draw a white source, I think I will probably just go for the Stoneforge Mystic here. We haven't seen any counter magic from them. I'm sure they play Forces. Days seems likely, but I think I'm just going to play into it. Or maybe I play out the Scavenging News no matter what, because that kind of shuts off their one half of their engine. They do not shuffle, but they did think a while. Okay. I think at this point I'm just having to go for the Scavenging News here. I guess next turn this turn if they play a Dreadnought with a Stifle, I really will be feeling silly for not prioritizing getting my white mana, but thankfully they're pondering. Okay. Still no white mana, so we'll be going for a mana dork now. I played out the Cradle to play around Days, but it does show them that I'm kind of really dependent on this white mana, which I don't find. Okay. So they pitched for that. Murktide. Okay, so they play Murk. Makes me kind of want to trim their graveyard. Which I probably will do on my end step. Or my end step that I skipped through, so now I'm forced to do this in their upkeep. Alright. White mana, please. Fetch. not a fetch, and it shuts off my Stoneforge, but I will play it. Just to have something. It shuts off the clues too, so it's like... What could they possibly have? Finally we get some white mana, and it's no longer good, so maybe they'll kill this while we attack with it. I think I just hold this Stoneforge now. I really want them to think this is the only thing we've got going on, so they kill it. I could plow my own Collector Oof, but I'm really not interested in that, especially if they are not presenting any sort of threat. Okay, there's a threat. I'm just gonna get a basic here. I don't know if they play Wastelands. It doesn't seem like a Wasteland deck, but I really don't want to get cut off whites, and I can't afford to. Oh, they're gonna stifle my fetch, of course. Ah, gosh. Okay, we're now looking to be in very poor shape. Never didn't have it. Could have a Force of Will here. All right. Hopefully they'll do us a favor and like Shouldered's Edict this Collector Oof or something. Nope. Okay, well. Really not. I'm not gonna play this Stoneforge out for no reason. And they're holding up a hardcast Force of Will, so it's like Bolt is not nothing here. Just very interested in what they could possibly have. Is their hand just like dress down, stifle, stifle, dress down, and they have no real pressure? Okay, finally. They have decided it is time. If they stifle our Stoneforge Mystic, I am going to cry, but can't afford to play around that anymore. Alright, Endurance also gives us something to do with our mana. I will play out this land now because if we can resolve this Stoneforge, then I can actually cast the Endurance. Okay, we got that in. Yeah, we've been moonpilled. We're trying it. Stifle, you son of a bee. Alright. I'm gonna Endurance. Oh, actually, I think they have a force that they just want to hardcast, so I'm gonna Endurance them now. Yeah, I punted the first game. I was alt-tabbing to go look up a card on Scryfall, and I passed through the begin combat phase when I needed to Karakas something, and then I just completely snowballed from there. It's very unfortunate. But we were playing against Blue-Black Stiflenaught, and they have some sort of legendary that copies things. Okay, sure, Pith and Needle. I don't even know what you name. Knight? Okay, Stoneforge, sure. There it is, Lazav, Wearer of Faces. Lightning Bolt no longer doing work. Okay, we drew another plow, so I'm just gonna plow it. They have one card in hand. Yeah, they've completely nullified our Stoneforge Mystic, and little do they know the only other equipment, or we only play easily castable equipment, so we'll take it. I think they're afraid of a Cauldra or something, which they shouldn't be. And I think I can too. I'm like one land away from just casting it anyways. The Saga's gonna be annoying. Hopefully we draw a Wasteland here. I'm gonna call my shot. Wasteland. Oh, let's go. All right. Yeah, that's true. We got the Stifle and the Pithing Needle out. Yeah, I've noticed if you just do that all the time, it feels like it happens to you all the time just from getting lucky. So now I call it every time. Okay, so we have them dead here if we can get through. I'm gonna plow in their upkeep or bolt in their upkeep in case they want to tap out for a Force of Will. Okay, they do. They do want to tap out for Force of Will, but they're kind of still dead, I think. Yep. Okay. Um, Knowing what I know now, do I want to change anything? These Mother of Runes, all I've seen out of them are sacrifice effects, and they're attacking with like colorless creatures, so I really don't know if they're good or not, but I don't know what I would put in. I guess the Minskimbu, just to like clock them. I'm gonna feel like such an... Oh, they do play Dismember. Okay, we'll keep the two moms. Yeah, I think this is fine. You think bring in the Minsk and the Forces? I already have one in. What do we cut? I mean, bolts were great there, but you're right. They're not super great. I think Knight actually... Knight is not very good. Like, their mana base has been largely not wastable, although getting Caracas is like super important for that Lazov, so I could see three of them. If I'm bringing in these Minskin Boos, I kind of want to get this Noble Hierarch back in there. No, I don't want to top deck it. I'm thinking too hard. I'm just thinking too hard. This hand's great. It has acceleration, it has removal, it has a grindy card, and we can go find stuff with Green Sun's. Definitely going to keep this one. And we can play it off basics, which I don't know how necessary that is. Like I said, I have not seen a Wasteland out of them. Oh, this hand, hopefully we just kind of go do our thing. Oh, they probably have a Stifle, don't they? They for sure have a Stifle. So I'm gonna wait. I never play around Stifle because decks usually play it as like a 1 or 2 of, but this deck plays 4, so I'm going to play around it. I wonder if they kept a 1-lander with Stifle and now they're trying to figure out whether they can ponder or they should just hold it up and try and get me. Okay. I would love if they don't hit a land. Next turn, I think I do have to play into it, though. Okay, they have a land. Yeah, I think we have to. These green suns can hopefully be effectively lands, so. Okay, they just let us. Now I've very cleverly cut myself off red. Okay. We're just gonna ramp. Hopefully next turn we'll be slamming a Minsk and Boo and closing this one out. Maybe we play out the Sentinel of the Nameless City just to kind of bait a force. Man, I was sure they had a Stifle. That's good. We have a Wasteland target now. All right. A lot of options here. Could try and bait out a force by plowing this Lazov and then slam the Minsk and Boo afterwards. Could try and rush a Knight to get Caracas online, although I am assuming they have a Stifle or they have a Dreadnought in hand and they're just ready to go with that little combo next turn. So we could get a let's see, how much mana do we have? We have 5 mana, so we have enough to plow, and then depending on what they do, we can, if they let it through, we can play the Minsk and Boo. If they counter the plow, then we can go get a Scavenging Ooze to stop the Lazov from doing its thing. So we'll lead with the plow. See if they force it. Okay, they do have it. I'm just gonna play around like, just I'll leave up white. Oh, I guess the other thing is they need to have 2 mana to activate the clue, and they can't play a Dreadnought and pay for the clue if I waste them, but we're a little bit past that now. They could dismember our Scavenging Ooze and attack. Okay. Okay, they're just going after our lands. That's fine. We'll have to take 2 here. Saga's annoying. Okay, I have another plow, so I think I just slam the Minsk and Boo here. I could waste the Saga. It probably is a safer play, but if they don't, I don't think. I just don't think they have a good plan for this. I guess they can make me sacrifice a token. wonder if I can kill him next turn. So they have one blocker. See if they attack with the Lazov. All right, they're gonna try and do the thing. Do they have 2 dreadnoughts? Is that the play? They do. So I think I just have to plow here. Oh no, because they still have to target it. So that doesn't do anything. They have a stifle, is what they have. But they don't have enough mana to pay the cost of the clue if they stifle my scavenging ooze. So I think I still just do it. So if they stifle this, they can attack. What are they even attacking? Attack Minsc and Boo. So Minsc and Boo goes to 2. The next turn I hit them for 4, 6, 7. Throw the Boo. Put them to 1. Oh, there's the last one. So I think they're dead. See what they have, but at this point, I could kill them. Okay, they're brainstorming. I don't think they thought this line through. Or I'm missing something. I'm about to get got, but... Opponent says in chat, I'm really dumb. Hey, Kvelish, what's up? Just took our first match down. Seeing if my opponent has anything else to say. They just said I'm really dumb in chat, and I told them, I asked why not enough mana to do the clue, and then I said if it makes you feel any better, I second guessed myself like 60 times this match. So I don't know if they're gonna respond. Okay, opponent's not saying anything. I'm gonna move to the next match. But yeah, for anyone just dropping in, we are playing Magus of the Moons. Let's see how it goes. This hand is really good against 8 cast, I'll give it that. It's like very not good against a lot of decks in the format, but is specifically good against like 8 cast and Storm. I'll just keep it. I don't know what our opponent's on. And we have a lot of hot draws. I will feel so vindicated if it is one of those decks, and we just played Collector Oof on turn 2. Looking like it's not. It's probably Reanimator. It's the vibes I'm getting from our opponent. And step in Tomb, Animate Dead, Atraxa, kill me. Yeah. Oh, Grizzlebrand. Okay. Sure. Okay. So what's our sideboard look like for that? Oh, and Mask Me. You want to see my hand? You want to see what I kept? You can see it. Take the Surgical, the Carpets, the Endurance. I mean, this is not... Oh, is this actual just Reanimator? What do they pitch? Another Entomb. Okay. Okay, Grief, sure. Troll. We still can, like, draw a Plow and be fine. It's not it. We still could draw a Plow and be fine for now. I wonder if this is a Magus of the Moon matchup. Their mana looks very vulnerable at this point. Hey Jared, what's up? We're trying a really dumb deck today that came to me in a fever dream. Playing sideboard Magus of the Moon, which typically shithouses Maverick. But my reasoning is if we know it's coming, then it's like fine. But I think I'm hoping to beat up on 4-color beans with it, but all right. Okay. All right. I will concede now. So the Shallow Grave makes me think that's just like actual Reanimator. So maybe some of these cards are useful. They're not super exciting. I think Bolt is not good. We really don't have a lot of cards to bring in. I don't even know if Magus of the Moon is like good cheese against them because if they have a Lotus Petal or something, it just like doesn't matter. GT's not doing anything. Guess I'll bring in some Deafening Silences. And I really don't have a lot for this matchup now that I'm looking at my deck. It's kind of a hole there. Force of Vigor for Animate Dead. It's kind of meh. Maybe I just cheese them. I don't have anything better to do. I think I could. Mindbreak Trap is like very not exciting. These moms aren't good. I'll just bring these in. I don't think they do anything. Like the Force of Vigors are kind of explicitly good against what's it called? Animate Dead, but that's basically it. They're probably pivoting to like a show and tell strategy, which I really don't have much for either. So maybe we'll cheese them. Oh my god, Kyle is in the chat. Okay, we have these cards. We'll keep them. Thank you for the follow, Kyle. Appreciate it very much. So I kind of need this birds to pitch to my endurance. So I'll just play a plains, I guess. I don't know if turn 2 Magus of the Moon is impressive, but is turn 3 This whole plan is falling apart in front of my very eyes. Oh, there's a Lotus Petal, so it's not even good. It is very funny when you say bannable things, though. Show and tell. Okay. Let's show in our Magus, I guess. It's a cute Atraxa. How about you don't get any mana anymore? Oh, they find a basic swamp off of it. Blah! It's gross. They keep Arcana Cruelty, Unmask, Untomb, and Animate Dead. Unmask me. Okay, so we'll plow it now. Very predictable take. Okay, so I'm just dead. I suppose I could draw another plow, so we're not dead yet, but it's not looking good. Yep. Probably should have been the birds. It doesn't really matter. We have to draw a plow or we're gonna lose. Guess we'll play to trying to find a Outland Liberator, but we need 4 mana for that play. I'll have to discard this birds. I think I'm just dead. It's unfortunate. They brought in a Magus as well. That's funny. That's good information to know, Kyle. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yep, we're done. Okay. It's just Reanimator. Just how it goes. When I was constructing my sideboard, I really forgot about that matchup. Had the 1 surgical. Deafening Silence and Mindbreaker Trap are just not very good against Reanimator. It's such a hole in the list with no Thalia and stuff. And actually, it turns out Force of Vigor would have been relevant. So probably just ditch the Magus of the Moon and do the Force of Vigors next time. Wonder if we'll even get to test against 4-color beans today. It's kind of luck of the draw on what we actually run into. The Grim Lavamancer. Run the draw. Not the best place to be playing Maverick, but that's okay. Sure. This hand's fine. It's decent. Decent start against Reanimator. That's for sure. and it is Reanimator. Take a look. Opponent pitches Exhume. They take 1 endurance. Do they have more hand interaction? I feel like after somehow keeping the best hand against Reanimator in the blind, I like am very sure that we're still going to somehow lose. I would love to draw another green card here. That is not one, but I do have to play out this noble. I hope I don't have to use this Scavenging Ooze as a pitch card, but I will. If we get to untap, we're in very good shape. With the Scavenging Ooze, I should say. All right. They pitch and animate dead. Our double endurance Scavenging Ooze hand is not good enough for Reanimator. Oh, they take the Ooze. Interesting. I guess it doesn't matter if you're gonna go off this turn. Like, I can't. I can no longer cast the endurance. I think it was still right to play the Noble Hierarch because they would have just taken the endurance and I'd lose here. Maybe they have no more mana left. They brick. Okay. They brick. We're just stuck holding up endurance for the rest of the game. Actually, that's a lie. I'm gonna cast it. I'm gonna cast it at the very suggestion of them doing anything and just clear out their graveyard. I might even do it. I might even do it now. Trying to think of what could punish me. If they like have land Dark Ritual, then they get to Faithless Looting. I'm just gonna do it on their end step. I hope I don't get punished for just not firing it off, but I'm gonna be greedy. Well, thankfully this Reanimator player also is bricking. Maybe it's your neighbor. They're paying costs to do something. I'm not sure what the play is here. He hasn't said anything ban-worthy. I mean, my hands are tied. So here, I think I just get the Knight down to cover us off from any Gristlebrand or Atraxa shenanigans, and then next turn we can go to work with the GTA as well. Actually, next turn I'm probably going to Stoneforge for a Sword of Fire and Ice. It'd be very cool if we could somehow win this game against our Reanimator opponent. All right, that was very cool. So we will do the Force of Vigors, the Endurance, the Surgical. Maybe I am just keeping the bolts for the reach to like kill them as fast as possible. Like the Deafening Silence, especially on the draw, is just like very laughable. All these cards are very laughable. Although these moms are bad, so we can cut those. Maybe like this. Oh shoot, is it? I didn't mean to be so disrespectful of certain circles. I guess this Sentinel is not great. It is a green card though. Yeah, I'll try like that. I don't think it's getting any better. This is like a hand. They are keeping 7. So what has to go right with this hand? This Once Upon a Time has to hit an Endurance. This Mindbreak Trap has to be relevant. I don't know. I don't want to mulligan though. Like this is hate that we specifically brought in 2 pieces of it, and if it's that bad and I'm mulliganing, like why am I bringing this? Why am I bringing this stuff in? You'd keep it? All right, we'll keep it. For the record, I think this hand is very medium and could easily lose. Okay, we get a turn. I think I have to Once Upon a Time here. Because I want to play the Deafening Silence. Ew. I'll take the Noble, just so we can try and get to a active Scavenging News as quickly as possible. The Outland Liberator was a consideration, but we have swords to remove things, so doesn't matter. Are they going to Dark Ritual Opposition Age us right now? If that's the case, then that's the case. Okay, it's not the case. Deafening Silence and Mindbreak Trap notably fighting each other here. So they could still Grief Reanimate. Yeah. Grief Reanimate, see our hand that we have nothing going on. Probably take the swords. Honestly, I think if they Grief Reanimate us with no follow-up, I think we win that. Interesting take. Okay, so that's their turn. I think I want to definitely want to wasteland them. Not sure if I want to play the noble or hold up the swords. Okay, now I definitely want to play the Noble, and now I'm not sure I want to Wasteland. I think I still do. Just to keep them from like being able to do things. Okay. It's not too bad. Jared, this hand might just get there. There's a chance. Okay, they do have an Archon in the graveyard now. Okay. So if they have Reanimate the Archon, we're going to sacrifice the Noble and then plow it. We'll discard Dryad Arbor. Or do I... Okay, grief me. Now, if they Reanimate the Archon, we are going to die. And based on what they're doing, I think that's exactly what they have. Okay. Actually, I have to keep this Dryad Arbor around so I can keep my knight. So Force of Vigor, not doing a whole lot here. They have one card in hand. They're at 14. Really can't do anything here. I think I don't have a Horizon land. Yeah, I don't. So end step. Do they gain life? Yeah, they do. It's tough to race. Sacrifice a creature, discard a card. Alright, I spoke too soon on us, quote unquote, having it. Just get a Caracas here. Not really doing a whole lot. Does that do anything for us? No. We can get a Birds of Paradise. Sacrifice the knight and block. We go to 4 and we have one more look at a drawing a plow. And we get to do 6 to them. So it's definitely in silence. I wonder if I had just like let them walk into a Mindbreak trap, what kind of shape we'd be in. Probably not very good shape either way. Alright. Plow. Swords to Plowshares. Not it. Alright. They were not respecting Magus of the Moon in any way. So I wonder if now is the time that we try and get him instead of these lightning bolts. Seems not very good, but this whole matchup seems not very good. Maybe we'll get him. Okay, this does not enough, not fast enough. Okay, this hand very promising. I think Force of Vigor is probably the weakest card. It's between a Green Suns and a Force of Vigor. And I think it is the Force that has to go. Second Endurance is sick. The only other consideration is if I want to turn to Green Sun to try and get a Scoos, I need another land, but I think just having another Endurance is too good. And I think I'm not going to respect our own Blood Moon here. Our own Magus. Sure, unmask me. Pitch and Exhume. Thoughtseize. Grief. Alright, could be worse. Okay, really need a land. Awesome. I don't think I'm gonna wasteland them. I think I'm just gonna go for it. Really kind of force them into the reanimate now this turn sort of thing. It's a good sign. Sweet. Okay. Would love to not play against Reanimator again. Alright, we're on the draw. It's a one-lander, but we have Once Upon a Time and a Dork. And we have other stuff to do, so I'll keep this for sure. Yeah, it is nice to beat Reanimator. I like to think that I ruined someone's mindlessly cruising through the league. Basic Swamp. Basic Swamp says to me a few things. I wonder if they are holding a Dark Writ into opposition agent, so I'm happy to find a non-fetch here. I think we still just want to accelerate. This could be like a mid-range kind of deal, in which case our hand is pretty stacked because it's just like completely bombs and removal. Okay. Definitely think it's some sort of mono black mid-range or like smallpox or some shit. Alright, sure. Okay, so here I'm gonna get. Hmm. I thought I was gonna get a Taiga, but we only have the 3 lightning bolts in the entire deck, and I really don't want to get cut off white because I'd like this plow to be active. So I think I'm just gonna go double Savannah, play the Mom, then we'll get an Arbor, just kind of like get our mana set up, especially while they're tapped out of an opposition agent. Kind of, if they have another, okay, they don't. It does feel good when they waste a Bowmaster on your mana dork, and then you kind of just like untap and are like, cool, here's some other runes. Did you think about that one? um, okay, this is great. I think here I want to. I know for sure I'm casting this Stoneforge Mystic. I'm pretty sure I want to plow the Dothy Voidwalker right away. Just because I really don't want them to get any value off of it. Like I would hate for them to untap and like tomb me or something. Well, I could still plow it, I guess. I think we can wait. They could try and helm me right now. That's kind of what it looks like is happening. Oh, Karn is very annoying. Still no point in plowing. Let's see what they reveal. That's exile. Okay, so they are a helm deck. Okay. I'm gonna plow this. And then this Jite is not doing anything as long as Karn is around. So here I have a few options. So I could attack with the Stoneforge, uh, and just like give it pro black and ding in for 1. I kind of, I definitely want to do 1 to this Karn so they can't activate it again without losing it if they want to downtick. If I attack with a Stoneforge and then just give this Dryad ever pro black before they can even block, I'm guaranteed to get it down. And then if they want to save it any further, they have to like throw 2 things away against this Stoneforge, which is a good trade. Downsides being my mom becomes tapped. Uh, but I think I just can't allow them to keep this Karn around. So I think I'm going to attack with both. Especially when they're just like tapped out of black, they can't do anything. And then endurance or night. That would be a 3/3. Endurance would be a 3/4. There's potential that like Flash in the endurance will get some sort of surprise. They're okay. think I'm gonna hold up the endurance. Knight. Well, maybe I do want to get to work on their mana. I guess we'll play the knight out. The fact that they have the helm is kind of concerning. They don't have enough mana to cast a Dothy Voidwalker and the helm and activate it, but it does kind of put me in the mode of like having to find a way to kill it. Saga's very annoying, but I'm glad I played the knight. Now they have enough to do all that. Okay. It's gonna be very tough to get through to this Karn now. And they have the One Ring. Wow. Green Sun off the top would be great. Get an oof on the board. Or Bolt. Okay, that's actually very good. The bad news is they can just like chump my knight forever. If I attack Karn with everything, they could kill this, jump. Karn is still alive. This is still alive. These are dead. These are dead. Then I have a surprise endurance. I don't. Is that really where I'm at? Or I can do 0 attacks and waste them, but they're gonna draw 2 cards next turn. Probably find. I think I'm just gonna attack with everything. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, we knew that block was gonna happen. We thought that block would happen. Are they willing to throw away the last one? Do they know that Bowmasters is not very good against my deck? Okay. So we get the surprise endurance. I mean, they probably see it coming. It's very obvious, but hopefully they don't play anything else out, and we can kill this Karn. That coming into play untapped is very scary. Oh shit, I think I just died. Yep. Okay, should have wasted him. Ah, fucking annoying. Force of Vigors are good. Gaddock Teague is good. We have a lot of good stuff, actually. These endurances are not super hot. Minskin Boo is kind of like Because it's interesting because we're bringing the Scatic Teague, so it's like not super great, but at the same time, it's like I don't know how they if they're not ready for that, they lose. So I need to find 2 more cuts. Scavenging Ooze not great. Maybe the equipment. No, I think I want the equipment. A Knight and a Scavenging Ooze. We'll try that. Well, am I missing anything? I don't think so. This hand is awkward, but fine. They mulligan to 6. I like that we have a swords for the Voidwalker. If they have a Leyline, that's kind of annoying. Okay, they mull to 6 and they keep that. Crocus and Plateau. They probably have Shouldred, so I'll take the Crocus. Then I will get a Savannah. I'm not super scared of Wasteland. Next turn, play out a Mom and a Stoneforge, I think. How do I lose? They could Dark Ritual me and play out a Helm, but like that doesn't do anything. I think I'm fine to do this. And I think, oh, okay, whew, almost played into Opposition Agent there. Should have held up the plow. That was silly. I just crashed my game. Uh-oh. I think I have to restart. Be right back. Okay, yeah, we're restarting. And I am fat fingering my password here. Okay. At the very least, we're back in. Okay. I cannot adjust this window, apparently. So between GTA, because I'm on the play and I'm so far ahead of them right now, I think I'm going to take the Sword of Fire and Ice and just try and close it. Let's go back to this. Okay. Should be good. What was I saying? Because I'm ahead of them, I think I want to just start bashing them. Okay, they're going to hit the Mom. That's fine. I have another one. If I even drawing a land doesn't really change. I think I'll just play out the Mom and hold up stuff. Outland Liberator, that is interesting, actually. I think we'll hold on to that for now. Just do this. Ooh. would love a collector oof here. It's kind of alarming that they're just like not doing anything. We get our mom. Now this is annoying because I really want to get a collector oof and shut off their crap, but if I do that, then I can't equip the sword. Um, hmm. I don't have enough mana to play around an opposition agent though. So maybe we'll just try and do this sword. And I think I want to give pro black and just like get in. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. I think that's such a swing that like giving this protection from black. They would have killed this if they had the means to. Maybe this is too aggressive. I'm pretty sure we can kill the bowmaster with this draw trigger and then get to draw without getting pinged. Nope. Okay, I'm wrong. We lose the mom. So should have plowed that first. Too aggressive. Too aggressive. Hopefully it doesn't bite us. Okay, there's a Voidwalker. Not too worried about that yet, and we do have a swords for that. Now that I have this land, I can get the collector roof and just start like beating the shit out of them with the stone forge, and then they'll be stuck on 1 mana. I think that'll be good enough. Unless they make me unless they edict. I don't have enough mana for that, but it looks like they're not doing that. Okay. So here, I'm gonna fetch. No lurking opposition agent. Love that for me. All right. We're looking very good at this point. I think you have to block here, yeah. Okay. I think this is going to be a game that's, for the remainder of it, SoFi is just going to take over. I think we're okay. Next turn we'll play out the Liberator, still be able to hold up this plow. I don't care about this 3 damage. They just are not going to win this race. Knight is good, but Liberator is better. I'm just gonna hold the Wasteland. Maybe they'll like think they have a chance and play a Saga into it or something. I guess I could have attacked with the Collector Roof too. Don't really want to risk it though. It's doing a lot of work right now. Yep. Okay. Okay. Just doing what they can to not flip the Liberator. That's fine. Oop. Damn, I didn't mean to yield through the turn. I wanted to cast the Once Upon a Time on the end step. That's okay. I think we're far enough ahead that it does not matter. I think they're just actually dead. Are they doing the math right now? Am I doing the math right now? They're going to be at 1, so. I'm just going to kill this now. Oh, yeah. I should have. I'm just like sitting here thinking like, I'm so far ahead. I don't have to care about anything. Oops. Can I tap correctly? Okay. Game 3. Based on what I know, I don't think I want to change anything. That went pretty well. Gaddock T kind of awkward with our 4 drops. Collector Oof kind of awkward with our equipment, but I'm sure it'll work out. These moms have been better than I thought they would be, although I did throw that one away last game. Didn't matter, but I thought the damage would kill the orc before it had a chance to see the card draw. This hand worries me because we don't have any removal, but I think it's a bit too good to throw back. They keep 7, kind of worrying. No Leyline though, so at least we're not like getting turboed. We can get a Gaddock Teague on turn 2, which kind of shuts off a lot. I think that's going to be the call. Or get a Collector Roof, unless they just are killing us now. That'd be crazy. Okay. They probably have a Bowmaster, is what I'm reading. It's my read on the situation. Fortunately, we have to play into it. I think Mom is better than Noble, and maybe if they see that, they're gonna be like, well, I can't kill this Noble Hierarch. I have to save my Bowmasters for the Mom. So maybe we'll get to untap and actually use the Collector Roof. We'll see. We get to. They didn't kill us on the end step, or kill the Noble, so that might have worked. Saga's annoying, but if we can Collector Roof, they won't have any mana to activate it. Okay. Please don't be an opposition agent. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Okay. That is not good for us. And we draw another Noble to add insult to injury. Well, shoot. Can't really do anything here. Hopefully they don't really have any follow-up. Hopefully their plan is to just try and get value from this saga and not actually play anything meaningful, and we still get to do our play. Yeah, it looks like it is. Oh, this Cradle doesn't tap for mana. I should have got a Dryad Arbor. Shoot. And we don't get the land either. This is horrible. Man, I really punted that one. Yeah, super punished. Um, so at this point, because of my extremely tight play, I think I have to pivot plans. Could get a Dryad Arbor, which would give me 4 mana next turn to play Minskin Boo. It's possible that could be good enough. If they have any sort of like creature removal, I'm kind of screwed, but I'm kind of screwed anyways because I didn't fetch Dryad Arbor on the end step here, so I think we just have to do that. I'm also starting to think this list doesn't play Opposition Agent, or they're the unluckiest person in the world, but... Okay, yeah, they have the Bowmaster. Or no, duh. They're making a Construct. I have to fetch, probably. I don't... If this gets a Needle, I just am, like, sunk, so... We'll fetch. I don't even think Minskin Boo is good enough at this point. Oh, come on. You don't. Okay. It's still not good enough, but we're still in the game. Should have gotten a Plateau there, in case I draw a Plow. What does this do for me? I could get an Outland Liberator, block 1 construct, kill the Shadow Spear, take 2, or no, we make another. Oh man, I think I'm too far behind at this point. Really botched that one, huh? If I play Minskin Boo, I have a 4/4. Doesn't really stop anything, but it does potentially buy me a turn, I suppose. Does it buy more time than Outland Liberator double block? I don't think so. Or not double block, but block and shoot the Shadow Spear. I think I'm just doomed. Just doomed. And if I block with this Dryad Arbor, it actually puts me back to 2 mana. So I'm like mega doomed. or I can block this guy with the Outland Liberator and then blow this up entirely. So take no damage. I guess that's the play. I still don't think anything really gets me out of this, but it does give me some more time. These are dead. What could this be? Okay. It's a little overkill at this point. I'm dead, opponent. Maybe I put them to the test here with Minskimbu. See if they want to spend their mana or spend their creature on a 4/4 with trample. I guess it's just a straight trade for the adventurer. Then I waste the saga. Oh, they just take it. Okay. Didn't expect that. Grab a forest. The plains. Let's see. So they can kill the Minsk, and then I take 5. And they get to probably forge on something. I guess I take 6. Go to 5. They leave it back. Interesting. Okay. Let's turn. It's a 6/7. It's gonna be tough. Knight's a 4/4. Plow. Not a plow. Okay. Now we can make knight a 5/5, which is kind of relevant. Somewhat relevant. And then play this sort of fire and ice out. Wait, why did I think that was going to be a... Oh, the human. Of course, Plague Engineer. So I'm going to 3. I could have taken the initiative back. by throwing 2 creatures at them, but then I just die on the swing back. I think I'm still pretty dead. Yeah, so if they have Shouldered Edict and I block this with the Boo, I just die from the trample, so I have to do this. I want to kill this, and then I'll just block this. Go to 1. Okay. Shouldered here kills me. Oh, they can just get a Bowmaster and shoot me, right? Okay. Kind of extra. That is not good enough. I don't even know what I would wish to find with that, but we'll play these out now. Okay. That was frustrating. 2-2. We're just playing to make our money back. Have not faced any of the decks that I thought this would be a good meta call against, so that feels great. um, yeah, I think that last match was very winnable. I don't think I played it particularly well. Ugh. I'm gonna mulligan. This hand does not do anything until turn 3. I will keep this, but this also doesn't do very much. I think I have to keep this Dryad Arbor, as crappy as that feels. Or maybe I just like pray I draw a land. No, because I have to keep it. We'll put back the sword, and I actually am just gonna turn 1, float out this Dryad Arbor in a huge sign of weakness. I'd rather not play out either of these other lands, so if anything is gonna get wastelanded or removed, I'd like it to be the Arbor. Opponent keeps 7. Oh boy. I wonder what flavor of grief deck this is. Them taking Plow makes me think maybe it's a fair one. They're trying to pay costs with no mana on the field, so I wonder if they're pitching another one, or maybe like Unmask. Okay, they have a Swamp. And a Snuff Out. So it's some sort of fair. Just throw out the Wasteland. I really don't want to lose this white source. It's like mono black mid-range maybe. Or it's the same deck we just faced but with snuff outs. I don't know. Just throw out another wasteland. I think we're probably gonna, unless we can just like rip a couple removal spells, I think this clock is gonna be too good for us to beat. Also, that wasteland is so annoying. But I feel vindicated in not exposing any of my mana to that. Have I cast any spells? No. So that's good. The turn 4 free one spot at a time, and we find a basic. Although I probably should just take a fetch. Yeah, fetch is fine. The next turn we can actually get a creature on the battlefield. If I fetch and I get opposition agent though, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna break my monitor. Thoughtseize, sure. Take a look. Okay. So they're so far exceedingly fair except for the grief nonsense. But like this clock from Voidwalkers I think is just gonna be too much. And I'm gonna fetch a I was gonna take that basic forest, but I'm actually gonna fetch a Savannah, so they, or I just do that. I mean, we really have to have things go right here. I'm gonna use these fetches to deck thin because it's a minuscule effect, but I really do need to draw removal for these Dothy Voidwalkers or I'm just dead. So we'll go that way. Go to 3. It doesn't even matter, honestly. I can't. I don't think there's a draw in my deck that will kill both of these Dothys for me. Also, them attacking with this Stalactite Stalker is very sus. But I'm gonna block. Just to see what they have. Oh, Menace, duh. It's not sus at all. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. Mono black midrange. We definitely want these cards. Super grindy. Collector, very, very mid here. Hello, hello, welcome. Currently playing against, looks like mono black midrange of some kind. I mean, we don't have a lot to bring in. I guess another endurance is good. This Liberator, probably not hitting anything. And cut a Knight. They're not very wastelandable. The rest is good. Some consideration to bring in a Surgical just to like cheese them, but I don't think that's good enough. Uh, okay, this hand is all removal, and I'm gonna keep it. All removal, no breaks, and we have a turn 1 noble off a basic, so you could say we're doing okay. Oh wow, Dark Ritual. Sure. Really have a Orcish Bowmaster here. Maybe a Dothy Voidwalker. We are fine against either of those. I think actually fetching a basic forest was kind of a miss here. It probably should have been a Savannah and then get a plateau so I'm not cut off from white or red. Or not easily cut off from red, I guess. Okay, Voidwalker, that's fine. That's pretty good. Um, if I plow this, I can put this fetch into the graveyard. But plow is overall better removal, I think. Um, so I guess we'll bolt it. I'd rather keep this plow for something super annoying like a Sheoldred. They probably play that. When F6, they should know our hand. I would expect an Orcish Bowmasters on this Mother of Runes. Oh, they're just gonna reanimate that. Okay. Guess I should have exiled it. I'd rather they use their reanimate on Dothy Voidwalker than anything else, though. To be honest. Um, so they have Lightning Bolt available to them, so I have to kill this now, which is all things I should have just plowed it, I guess. Um, I'm not gonna attack. If they attack with this, I'm just gonna double block with the Dryad and the Noble and trade it. Trade 1 for 1. Prefer that they don't grow it. Draws have been less than stellar, that's for sure. Same deal. I'm not gonna attack. Could be attacking into Bowmasters as well. I'm just fine sitting here. Really need to get some sort of action going before we go in on them. All right, now that is something. Um, we can equip it this turn. That would be going pretty all in. think I'm interested in that though. Or we're getting, what's it called? Opposition agented? I guess that's what they've been sitting on. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll fetch. I think Savannah's the call. Now we're not able to attack. It's kind of annoying that they're getting a land out of this as well, since they were stuck on 2. Okay, they exile our other basic. Next turn, we're gonna suit up the Dryad Arbor, get a little rowdy. I don't think I'm gonna be giving it pro black though. It's a little aggressive. The mom is, I think the mom is quietly doing a lot of work right now. And I'm at the point where if they attack with the Stalker, I'm probably not gonna take the trade. I'd rather get the Dryad Arbor going. It's possible they'll block with the. Okay. It's like annoying, but we have lightning bolts in our deck. I would have attacked with the Stalker there. Maybe not. I guess we have Mother Runes. We have a lot of good draws. He says, as he doesn't draw any of them. Oh, whoops. It's 2 to equip. I wonder if I'm supposed to give it pro black. I don't think so. If they want to, they can chump block it, or they have to block with 2 things to kill it. Well, if they chump it, then they get to hit me for 5. But then I just start winning that race. I think I don't give this pro black. I guess we'll see how they block. Okay. I'm just gonna hold this Wooded Foothills. It's not doing anything for me. Okay. We have like so many draws that are complete gas. Surely we have to hit one of them. Don't like that. Oh, okay. That is like annoying, but just giving it the counter is annoying, I suppose. But I don't mind the fact that they're spending 2 cards to take our useless land. They have 1 card in hand. Okay. I'm going to take the 3. I think I probably could block with the Noble and use my Mother of Runes, but I'm not going to risk it at this point. That's annoying. Now, though, I would like the card draw. So I'm going to pretend their last card in hand is not Fatal Push. And give this protection from black. Okay, their last card in hand is not Fatal Push. Definitely killing the opposition agent. We have a lot of live draws. Exactly like that. Okay. So it's either a knight to get a Caracas or a Sentinel of the Nameless City, and I think that is just better here. And I'm going to explore on the Sentinel. Stoneforge Mystic. No, I'm going to keep that on top. Thank you. All right, we're looking pretty good. Next turn we have enough mana to play the Stoneforge, grab a Jite. Okay, that is like the least scary thing you could reanimate. And then they play the land out. Oh, okay. Kill the mom, sure. Still the least scary thing they could have played out. I think, oh, we don't have enough mana to do everything that I'd like to do. I'm gonna play it out because they play a lot of discard, but I am going to suit this guy up and start attacking with Vigilance with a SoFi. They pretty much have to block here, yeah. Okay. I don't want to get cocky, but I think we have this game under control. I think our boarding is still fine. This deck is like very reliant on the mana dorks surviving because of the curve. I don't like that. But there's not very many good 2-drops aside from Stoneforge Mystic really anymore. Maybe this would be a good shell for the Druid. It's kind of not really though, because like what, like you on turn 2 you play it out on your opponent's end step, and then you hit like a 4-drop or something, and that just kind of looks bad. The adventure half of it. This hand is not very good, but I don't want to mulligan against the heavy discard hand. I mean, it's fine. It could be worse. As long as we don't get God on turn 1 with our fetch. They could just like Dark Ritual, play an opposition agent, then we're... Okay, that's annoying. Hopefully we used up all of our just like complete dead draws of land after land after land in the last game. Okay, that's interesting. Definitely... Oh, don't mind if I do. Let's take the Noble. I would rather... Because they took the Endurance, I feel like they have a Grief, and I'd rather have this bird get discarded than the Noble. Of course, this Noble could just eat a Bowmaster. I don't think it matters. Just I'm playing around Grief, we'll say. Them just reanimating that would be very annoying. That's probably, I guess, what they're doing. Yeah, okay. That is why they took the Endurance. That's a good draw. I think we can actually race this Troll at this rate with the Bolt. There's just a 4-turn clock. It all depends on what we hit with the map tokens. Assuming they don't gum up the board. Bowmaster's very good at that. Oh, okay. Take the Bolt for sure. Yeah. So maybe the plan now is race with our Sentinel, hope that it gets big enough that we can suddenly triple block without it dying. They're down to 2 cards in hand, but there's a lot that could go wrong with this plan here. Like that. That's something that could go wrong with the plan. Okay. A little late. I think I will explore. Endurance. That is not gonna do it. Well, is it? I don't think so. Guess play out this Scavenging Ooze and start growing it. We'll take one more hit. Go to 7. I don't think I can attack this into the Plague Engineer just yet. I have a feeling I'm going to be using it to block the Troll next turn, maybe. Next turn we get to play the Birds of Paradise, make the Scavenging Ooze a 6/6 or a 7/7. if we draw a land, a green land. Ah, I was worried they were gonna do that. So take 8, go to 5. But I think the upside of gaining life with the Scavenging Ooze is too high. I think I just have to sit tight and take it. Okay. Oh, swords is excellent. Quite the draw. They're at 10. Can I kill them now? If they don't have any blockers, yes. If they do have blockers, no. Because I make this... Oh, no, I can't kill them. Get them to 1. So if I attack with both of these, get them to... They have removal. I'm not doing so hot. I do have the swords, though. But swords kind of fixes everything that might happen. Especially, also the vigilance on the sentinel is so good. Yeah, I think we just do this. Like, even if they flash in an opposition agent, I still beat that. Either of these creatures beats that in combat. This is very close. Okay, they do have it. So we'll see how they block. Or maybe they won't block. They probably wouldn't flash it in if they weren't planning on blocking, though. Yeah, okay. Take your grief. Take my noble. Take my endurance. Actually, I probably should have gotten the other endurance in case they reanimate it. And then I will play this land. Keep the Caracas up. Green Sun Zenith. No, I'd like that on top, please. That's very good. They probably don't attack with the Plague Engineer anymore. Unclear whether they attack with the Troll as well. If they don't attack with the Troll, we're kind of at a standstill, but I am drawing Green Sun Zenith. Oh, Thoughtseize. Okay, force my hand. No longer able to get opposition agented. I guess I could reanimate it right now. They can't attack with the Plague Engineer anymore because I just block with the birds and kill them. I guess it depends what their last card in hand is. They probably don't attack. Yeah, you never attack there. Let's see. I would like to use this Cradle mana before I lose a creature. I wonder. Okay, how many creatures are in the graveyard? Endurance, Opposition Agent, 2. So I have green covered. Is there any reason to do this Green Sun's pre-combat? Green. Then I lose a creature. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, because I want to keep an extra mana to explore with. So we'll go like this. Go like that. Well, is there anything better to get than a knight here? No. Okay, we'll grab a knight. Well, we can. And then we are going to attack with both of these creatures. I bet they block the Scavenging Ooze. That would be my guess. Still gonna eat creatures just for the life gain and stuff. But the Sentinel might run away with it. Okay. They think the Sentinel's better than the 7/7 Scavenging Ooze. I'm gonna do this now, just to use my mana efficiently. Let's spread the love around. Stoneforge Mystic. No, I'd like to draw that. Okay. I think we got this one. Yep, got the GGs in the chat. Okay, got a 3-2. Did not face really anything that I wanted to. We played against. I can't remember what that first match was. We lost to Reanimator, beat Reanimator, lost to Mono Black Helm, beat Mono Black Midrange. And then that first match didn't hit any of the matchups I was looking for with this build. The bolts were okay, I guess. Bolt was nice. Didn't come up a whole lot. Magus was not your time to shine. Minskimbu also, I think we just drew it too late that one time. I don't know. It's a fun idea to try. I think the mana is quite doable with the Magus of the Moon, so maybe riff on that more in the future, see if it's worthwhile. I think the either deck or the sideboard needs work because Reanimator did not feel like a good matchup. It felt like I kind of lucked into it with that win. So that needs to go back to the drawing board. I don't even know how to fix it, to be honest. But yeah, that was the league. 3-2. We got our money back. So not the worst thing that could happen. And the mana. Okay, actually, one more thing to talk about. The mana base definitely needs work because I don't think the 2 Taiga and the Plateau is the right call with how light this splash is. I think definitely ditch a Taiga I think I do want the 2 forests, so I would ditch this. Probably do a horizon canopy. If there was a green red canopy land, I think I would play that. But there's only red white, which I'm not super interested in. So I think I would fix that mana for sure. Uh, Main deck, not a lot of changes you can make to the main deck. I was pretty happy with the main deck, honestly. Sentinel is gas as usual. This card is really impressing me actually. Um, but then the sideboard, I think we need something more for Reanimator. 4 endurance plus surgical didn't feel like enough without like Dahlia's in the main deck to slow him down or counter magic like I've been playing in the Bant version. So that's something that probably needs to be worked on. But yeah, that is the changes that I would make right away is just fixing the mana.